My name is Anderson Ta. I'm out of Houston, Texas. I work at Miller Lab, which is part of Rice University. So I'm working on 3D printing applications for tissue engineering. So we're trying to see if we can adapt the 3D printing technology that's available to biocompatible materials so that we can create organs like the liver and tissue samples like cardiac and all sorts of different parts. The RepRap technology and I guess typical filament-based printers does have some concepts that are applicable. Like for instance, the Miller Lab, the professor I work for, Jordan Miller, he started using RepRaps to print with sugar. And essentially he's using sugar, melting it down and pulling fine fibers of sugar so that he can create vasculature, which is essentially one of the biggest problems in tissue engineering. We can grow cells in a petri dish, but one of the issues is that cells on the interior usually die because they can't get the blood and only the ones on the outside survive. So if we can use 3D printing and create this network tree branch-like webbing structure, which we can find in our body, we can then have cell survival inside and outside. SLA has been the original form of 3D printing, and it's very interesting to see it become available on the low end now. Typically these machines vary in the hundreds of thousands. Material costs are also very high. Now we're starting to see very portable, compact desktop formats, with the Form 1, which is a huge hit last year, and even drastic improvements this year as well. And we have some new players coming in with, a 3D system. And you can also see on Kickstarter that there's a lot coming. I mean, they weren't available at this time, but I think next year we'll have at least 4 more machines. SLA machines aren't a very good first 3D printer because it's a very involved process. The chemicals are very non-hospitable for the home environment, requires multiple table spaces for cleaning and post-processing. And in general, it's not for general use parts. Like you're not gonna take something off and do something stressful with it, like use it as a tool almost. It's more for aesthetics purposes. Like the target audience is more of jewelers. SLA allows you to have very, very high fidelity parts, and that's what it's very good at. Yeah, this year I think a lot of companies are starting to focus on form instead of purely just function. We made comments that there's essentially one printer that's laser cut wood. Companies are stepping up how they're manufacturing 3D printers. It definitely shows. They're trying to target it as an appliance you want in your home, and throughout all the printers we're reviewing, you definitely see that. There's an overarching theme as in, yes, this thing works, but it also needs to look like it belongs in your home. And I think that's what everyone's trying to push for this year around. Like, what would you like to have on your desk, in your office, in your home, in your kitchen?